Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of very interesting bodybuilding topics to go over. So the first one is this story that Iain Valliere made, and it's also about the new IFBB rule. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this new IFBB rule, you probably are, but in case you are not, apparently since recently there is this new rule in the IFBB Pro League that pretty much says if you don't use your pro card for 3 years, what you'll have to do is requalify again. So basically it says an active member who chooses not to renew his or her membership automatically becomes an inactive member and may remain inactive for up to 3 years. Both active and inactive members must abide by IFBB Professional League rules and policies. If a member does not become active within 3 years, period, the member's IFBB Pro status will be cancelled and can only be re-established through a pro qualifier. Athletes who held IFBB Pro status before 2023 and who have not renewed their membership have until December 31st, 2025 to become active members. Otherwise, their IFBB Pro status will be cancelled and they can only be reestablished through a pro qualifier. Very, very interesting. I've seen different comments from different people. Guys like Lee Priest are saying it should have been 2 years. And I'm sure all of these old school bodybuilders who are constantly saying that new pros should compete more often, that some guys just turned pro and never use their pro card, they're always complaining about that, they're pushing the bodybuilders to compete more. I'm sure they're happy about this, but me personally, I don't know. Like, as far as the top open guys, this is not a rule that's gonna make them compete more often. If somebody is a pro, they're competing every year, and if they take a 3-year-long break, that pretty much means they retired, and they came back. So a perfect example of this would be Iain Valliere, because as you guys know, he is officially retired. However, there is a lot of talk, especially on Fuad's podcast, that he might come back. Especially recently, because he retired from bodybuilding because he didn't enjoy it anymore at that point. And also, he went off of everything and he's trying to get his wife pregnant. And apparently, he's very close to achieving that based on what he says. For a while there, right after retiring from bodybuilding, he strayed away from bodybuilding, yeah. But recently, you can watch his training videos on YouTube, you can see that he's training like a bodybuilder again, and you can see also in his stories that he's eating like a bodybuilder. He's just not taking drugs, but he's back. He is doing bodybuilding right now. Whether he's going to compete again or not, we don't know, but, he might have an itch sometime soon, and he might come back. That's possible. He's still very young, and he didn't have any major injuries. Yeah, like his chest started to get a little bit too separated in the middle for some reason. It seemed like nerve damage. Apparently, he says it's not. The same thing with his back, calves as well. So yeah, he wasn't at his absolute best the year he retired, but even then, he won a pro show. If you ask me, I think he was simply off. He was flat for this show, and that's why his chest looked like this. I think his chest is the area where you can see when he's flat or full. So this is what happened, but still, he ended up winning the show. So if he came back now that he refreshed his, mind and body too, I think he can come back and look something like this. If he peaks better, he can look even better than this. Again, he didn't have any major injuries. He didn't tear his biceps, triceps, chest, nothing like that. And I think his health is fine as well, so he could come back and look his absolute best. But what if he came back actually in a year and a half, which is a reasonable time for him to really bring back the size that he lost during this off period? His IFBB Pro card would expire. This 7th place Mr. Olympia finisher twice and 5-time pro show winner would have to do a regional show and a national show and try to qualify to be a pro again. So he made his story in which he says, with this IFBB Pro status expiry stuff everyone's talking about right now, who thinks I should wait 1.5 more years and let mine expire and compete as an amateur and try to get my pro card again? Would be so fun doing a regional show, national show, new YouTube series, Road to Pro again. Man, that would be really cool and really funny. Just imagine doing a regional show. I guess he would have to do a regional show before he qualifies for the national show. Imagine doing a regional show and going against this guy. I mean, there is a possibility that he's gonna, meet somebody like, let's say, Nick Zilla, who, switched from a IBB Elite Pro and already looked like an established pro as an amateur, but that's not very likely to happen. I mean, if this happens with these really top open bodybuilders, again, 7th at the Mr. Olympia, guys. If you saw him at the regional show or at the pro qualifier even, man, that would be just silly. So I don't know how I feel about this new rule. I mean, yeah, sure, I get it. It's good for guys who just turned pro and never compete and they claim to be a pro. I guess now you can only claim to be a pro for 3 years unless you compete more often. So yeah, I guess that's gonna force all those passive IBB pros, make them spend their money on IBB pro membership and, compete more often. But as far as like the top pros who took a couple of years off, when they come back, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be definitely weird. So I don't know how I feel about this. You guys tell me down below, but I would love for Iain to actually do this, to come back in a year and a half from now and do a regional and a pro qualifier show. That would be just so funny. But you guys tell me down below, what do you think about this? Alright, the next thing we got is also very interesting. We got a new internet sensation, basically. I don't know what this guy's name is, but his Instagram handle is 1Unit, and I'm sure you saw a couple of videos from him at this point. He's becoming very popular on social media with those insane freaking proportions. Let's put it that way. I mean, he does remind me of Dennis James a lot. He does look very impressive in these photos as well. The lighting is perfect as well, but what is amazing me the most is those crazy, insane proportions of those freaking arms. I mean, the guy is big. He has chest as well. He has shoulders. He has legs and back for sure. But the arms, they are standing out quite a bit. And you guys already know what's coming. And I'm going to probably put it in my thumbnail or the title. Are these arms real? Are they real or are they Synthol? Because they do not look normal to me. I don't know if the triceps should be popping out like this. Look at this from the side, man. Look at this. And look at the biceps. I mean, the separation or the lack thereof and the vascularity, the way it looks. If you're going to tell me that his arms are looking fine and normal, that he has special genetics or whatever, I mean, come on, guys. Let's be serious. Look at this. Look at his freaking arms. This cannot be real. I mean, come on. They're definitely not looking like a regular, normal set of arms. Yeah, sure, maybe he has very good genetics for arms, but on top of that, he must be doing something to enhance them a little bit. I mean, to sight enhance them, because this just doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe he has really good genetics and crazy proportions, like naturally, but no, I don't buy it. Look at the triceps, man, especially. And I'm sure he did something to his shoulders and his biceps as well, obviously, but I think he overdid the triceps a little bit too much. I mean, this doesn't even look human, honestly. I don't know if he is open about SEO use. It's very rare these days that anybody is open about it, so I doubt that he is. But come on, I'm not gonna buy into believing that this is not sight enhanced. Come on. But it is looking freaky. It's looking really, really crazy. Here you will probably get a good idea of whether his arms are sight enhanced or not. I mean, it still doesn't have to mean anything. It's impossible to know for sure. You can't prove these things. I mean, like, we all know that Flex Wheeler used to do this, but he never admitted it. Milo Chartreuse is a rare example of somebody who spoke openly about it. There are some other guys who said they tried it, they used a little bit of it. It's not unheard of. Some people are even saying that all the IBB pros are using it, at least a little. I don't know, but looking at this guy, yeah, like, the definition is blurred. It definitely looks like he did something to his arms, because, yeah, again, I don't think this makes sense. But in any case, he does look really freaky. I love the look, honestly. It doesn't look human, it doesn't look normal. He looks like, not a superhero, but like a super villain. It's definitely cool to see these guys. Guys like Rich Piana or Ilya Golem, may they rest in peace. You know, guys like that. It's always cool to see that. But yeah, I don't know what this would look like on stage. I think it's a really good gym look, but I don't think this is gonna make him a top IFBB pro, and I don't think this is just crazy genetics. I'm pretty sure he's doing something to those arms, but you guys tell me what you think down below in the comment section. Alright, next up, we got a new physique update from Nick Walker. He is training with this guy right here. He has a Serbian name, but I don't know who he is. But they're training right here together, and Nick decided to take a little photo of his legs from the side. And I gotta tell you guys, I don't remember seeing Nick's legs this big from the side. Conditioning is also definitely good. There are some glute separation from the side. It is much easier to show your glute separation from the side, but still, he is like, I don't know how many, 15 or so weeks out, so he has enough time until Pittsburgh Pro to get in crazy condition. Right now, at this point, glute separation and like hamstring to quad separation, the hamstring tie-in is also top notch. I mean, everything is just really good. For this point in prep, he's actually really good spot as far as conditioning, so I guess that means he won't have to do like too much cardio. He won't have to be in too deep of a caloric deficit. And from what I heard so far from Nick, he hasn't been doing any cardio in the off-season, nothing. So, that being said, he probably will be able to only increase it a little, maybe not at all. If Nick could get away without doing any cardio, or just a minimum amount, I think that would benefit him greatly, because legs are the issue for Nick as far as muscle. Like, of course, the gut is the biggest problem, but as far as the muscularity, it is his quad fullness mainly that can be an issue. So, if he can get away without doing too much cardio or any cardio, ideally, he will definitely have more fullness in the legs. But right here in this pose, his legs, in my opinion, I don't know if it's the mirror, but I'm pretty sure it's not, because his upper body looks like it usually does, but the legs are looking really thick from the side. Look at the freaking hamstrings, man. Like, that drop, that hamstring drop is insane. In my opinion, Nick Walker probably has the best hamstrings in the history of the sport. I mean, I would probably put Phil Heath in that category as well. I don't know who else. Maybe Kai Green? Yeah. There are probably some guys who I'm forgetting. And Regan Grimes also has a really good hamstring. But Nick definitely has some of the biggest hamstrings in the history of the sport. If you don't agree, prove me wrong. But yeah, those hamstrings are just ridiculous. And like the size of the quad as well from the front, the overall leg. I mean, he has very short legs, so it's never going to be easy for him to have really a lot of fullness and size in the lower body department, but with the genetics he has, he's definitely getting a maximum out of his body. So right here in this side shot, his legs look, in my opinion, bigger than ever. I don't know how good his stomach control will be, how good will he look aesthetically, how will everything flow together in the poses, but I'm pretty sure one thing is obvious, that's his legs are bigger this year. Bigger than ever, fuller than ever. So I think he definitely made progress in that area. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to support me, go to the description of this video, click on the link. It will get you to the Hostile Supplements website. Buy anything you guys need and just use the code EVEN10 for a 10% discount. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.